So the second video I wanted to make for you, this free information, is your calendar of 2025. Right? It's not just about January, which is almost over. It's about what can I do from January 2025 through to the last day, December the 31st of 2025. And you might say, what on earth is Rideshare Professor talking about? If you are a private driver, you can plan so far ahead. You can book so far ahead. You can manage your days, your months, your entire year better than any Uber or Lyft driver can. Why? Because if you're on the Uber and Lyft app, every day, every hour, every minute is a surprise. There's no consistency, and you do not know what's going to go down on that day. Who's going to be in my car? Question mark. What am I going to make at the end of a 5-6 hour shift? Question mark. However, if you really want to have some stability and safety and stability are huge, right? You need to take your UberX vehicle, the platforms where they make the most money, because the majority of the trips are UberX, and you got to say to yourself, am I ready to fly solo? Meaning, am I ready to step in my self-worth and make 100% instead of handing $70 of every $100 to these MFs? MFs being Uber and Lyft, right? No, it's robbery, and you should not put up with it. So the sooner you start building out your private clients, it doesn't mean you're cutting off Uber and Lyft. You're driving on Uber and Lyft, but you're using my methods of bringing riders and passengers into your private company. And when I say bringing your riders and passengers over into your private company, if you know what's happening from January 2025 through to December 2025, because you have stacked your Google Calendar, or whatever calendar software you use, with all these events. Now, let me just throw out Ticketmaster. You can look at all the events month by month that happen in your city, around your city, and I'm talking festivals, I'm talking concerts, I'm talking 3-day events, I'm talking NASCAR, Formula One, NBA basketball, NFL football, hockey. I can go on and on and on and on. I know exactly from January 2025 all the way through to December 2025, last day, what's happening in my city. Now, I'm going to use my city as an example, because what I do is I teach you in the course to fill your calendar. And once you've filled your calendar, it's going to help you with Uber and Lyft as well, because you might be driving on a Saturday night in February 2025, a month from now, and you just dropped someone off at 7-8 p.m. in the evening, and you say to yourself, oh, let me check my calendar quickly. Where's the action? Where can I make money? Now, sadly, these companies are exploiting us on these surges. Once upon a time, many years ago, you could make big bank at Coachella or at Staples, now crypto, or at any one of these arenas in LA. You could make big money because it was really based on supply and demand, and they'd pay you more for these peak events. Not today. So the way you approach this today is, once you've taken my course, the link is below, right in the top of the description. The sooner you start, the better, because you don't want to be in 27 or 28 when AVs are rolling in your city and you say, shit, I should have started this and listened to the Rideshare Professor in January 2025. Do it now. Why delay? Why delay and wait? I'm going to save you thousands of dollars on educational dollars, money that I spent figuring out over 15 years. I've put a lot of money into things that didn't work in this business. So I only bring you what works, so you can save yourself a lot of money. Now, looking at 2025, my friends, I have filled my calendar right out to October 2025. Can I do that on Uber and Lyft? Hell no. Can I do that with private clients? Yes. And 9 out of 10 of my private clients tip me. How many disappointments do you get on Uber and Lyft? Oh, I'll tip you in the app. I'll tip you in the app. Nothing. My tips that I get from private clients doing concerts, festivals, events, 9 out of 10 will pay me cash or Venmo. Done. Now, if you are licensed in your state, again, I'm going to use California. You've gotten your TCP. You've paid $800 for your transport charter permit. You have the car. You've maybe gone in and actually traded in your Civic or your Camry or your Corolla for a Suburban. Now you are playing in the higher categories. You're earning more per mile. You're also on Excel. You can take more luggage, more people in your car, more opportunities, more trips, and you'll still be earning your 70-30 on the Uber and Lyft app, or 60 them, 40 you. But the moment you start bringing in your private clients, and I'll show you exactly how to do that, on those people you're earning 100%. Now, on my April booking that I got today, AC/DC, a couple, right? I'm booked out for the evening. I'll make a lot of money. Big 450 plus tips. Plus, they go out and buy me 2 AC/DC tickets. Do you think an Uber or Lyft ex-driver is going to buy you 2 AC/DC tickets? No. Only the rich can do that. And why not surround yourself with successful people versus people where you don't even know they're going to stab you or carjack you that day, right? Why do you want to deal with the riffraff? You have all the intelligence, you have all the know-how in your city, you know how this business works. What is stopping you from getting out of UberX, trading in your car, getting a bigger vehicle like a Suburban diesel that gets 28 miles per gallon? Yes, it costs a little bit more, but you can trade in your vehicle and finance your new vehicle, your new Suburban diesel. And sure, your car payments are probably going to double. But if your car payments are going to double, do you know what your income is going to do? It's going to quadruple. It's going to go 5 to 10-fold what you are earning per month on UberX. Because the more private clients you drive, the more of these concerts and events you'll be doing. So you have the ability to extract all the events. If I'm looking at LA, I have the SoFi, I have the Intuit, I have the Kia Forum, all on Prairie in Inglewood. We have the Hollywood Bowl. We have the crypto. We have the Coliseum. I could go on and on and on. There are so many events I can stack in my calendar for 2025 where I can go and try and recruit a rider right there with my tablet. Hey, private trips, can take group of 6, and you negotiate. And you actually can sometimes even fit in 2, because if you can get the people that leave early in the third quarter of the game, you can get them to their hotel or and then you can shoot back and get the late crowd. You can sometimes get 2 paying trips from a big event, whether it's the SoFi, the Intuit, the Kia, or whatever. I'm talking LA. Or you get 1 paying client for $250, $300, because they will pay premium. Why? It's supply and demand. Now, if you are not successful on that event day, on that festival, in the screenshot you can see the 3-day festival, or sorry, it's 2 days now. Rolling Loud is right there, sandwiched in Hollywood Park between the Intuit and the SoFi. Let me tell you something. Those are 2 days you can plan in March on your Los Angeles calendar, where you're going to get a lot of trips in the morning and after the event is finished. And you can hustle those people by just marketing yourself at the event. Hey, do you need a private trip? Do you need a private trip? Do you need a driver? Do you need a driver? I can take 5, can take 6 people. And even if you don't succeed, you can immediately switch to Uber and Lyft and you have a trip. Not at a surge or not at any better paying price, but you'll get a trip. Just purely based on the volume. You will never ever lose at a concert, at a sports game, at a festival. But the trick here is to fill it out from January 2025 all the way to December 2025. You have Ticketmaster, you have Vivid Seats, you have all these different websites you can visit to check out the calendar. Whether it's country music, whether it's the rappers or the hip hoppers in March, or whether it's rock bands, or whether it's techno festivals, EDC in Vegas. Every city has a lot of venues and has a lot of shows, not just in January, but in February, March, April, May, June, July, all the way through to December. Get it? So fill out your calendar for the whole year, pre-fill it out on all the venues that you know, and in case you're in the area and it's a Friday or a Saturday night, hey, what's going on? Is there anything happening? Oh, thank God, I filled the entire calendar for 2025. I know exactly what's going to happen in March on that Saturday because I happen to be in downtown LA. Let's see what's going at the Coliseum. Let's see what's going on the crypto. You've written it in. Just go to Ticketmaster.com or any of those websites and start populating your calendar. You will make a shitload of money through private trips if you show up at those times, right? Usually these venues end at 11. You might be dropping off people for Uber, doing a couple of trips, and then you can come back and get the people that are leaving. Or even the person that you drop off, do you want me to drive you back at a price? Negotiate with them right there. Every concert, sports event that you drive to in 2025 is an opportunity as a private driver to negotiate a cash trip back. Why? Because at the end of the trip, when you drop them off at the NBA game, at the crypto arena downtown in February, whenever it is, you know what they paid. You know what they paid. You can ask them, hey, if I may ask you, how much did you pay for the trip? Paid $200. I'll tell you what, after the game, I'll drive you back for $150 cash. You want to do it? So learn how to sell yourself. Don't have the fear and get stuck in that X hamster wheel. Break out and aim higher. I teach you in my 300-minute course how to master the game. I've been doing this for 15 years. I have just under 60 vehicles right now that I lease out for $600 per week. I make over $30,000 per week on my fleet, on my rental cars. And I will guarantee you I'll hold up my private client earnings against any top-notch, the best of the best Uber and Lyft driver. They won't even come close. Why? The difference between the Uber and the Lyft driver and myself is I'm putting 100% of those monies into my account. Yes, I have higher expenses, but my returns, my profits will make any Uber or Lyft driver look silly. This is why I promote the course. It's 300 minutes long. It's 22 modules. What I'm telling you right now about the calendar, the entire 2025 calendar, you don't have to believe me, or you can try it out. You can actually go and populate your Google Calendar with all the events that are going to happen throughout 2025 and use every single one of those events as an Uber or Lyft opportunity or as an opportunity to get a private client who pays you on that day. This weekend, you have Fire Aid, the big concerts to raise money for the LA fires. Huge. It's on the 30th. I'm booked out. I'm going to be getting about $500 plus my tips that night. So I don't have to sit around waiting or try to hustle people at 11 o'clock. But if you don't have any bookings and you show up there on the 30th, I will guarantee you between the Intuit and the Kia Forum in LA, you are going to make bank. And the LA drivers know what I'm talking about. Right? They come up to me. A lot of those drivers that I meet at the SoFi and all this, hey, we took your course, thank you. You know, what you taught us there makes sense. I've sold it 6,000 times over, my friends. I have a nice fleet of cars. I have various income streams. All of my knowledge that I've accumulated over the years, and like I said, many a times I've paid a lot of educational dollars. I teach you my formula, which works. And that formula can be duplicated in any big city. Whether you're in Miami, whether you're in London or New York or Salt Lake City or Houston, Texas, or in LA, it's a formula. And the calendar formula populating again the festivals, the concerts, the sports events. That is part of the formula to success. I wish you well. If you have any questions, you can hit me up. My email is right at the bottom in the description. If you want to sign up for the Gig Rocket private chauffeur course, and I add the fleet course as part of that sign up, it's included as a bonus. Go to the first link right in the description and start now. Why wait till 2026? Why wait till 2027? Make the transition now. A lot of drivers are stepping into this arena. If you know Jeff Watts from YouTube, killing it in that arena. And he's a great promoter of that. So get out of ride sharing, start offering ride services. You'll be safer, it's more reliable, and you'll be earning way more. You'll thank me later. Have a good one.